Hi everybody, Ahmad Sadiq here from Lantris Title of Central Florida. Let's talk title. Today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about what we deal with in transactions where we're dealing with a probate file where there's a will that's involved. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about the different ways in which a will can transfer property to the beneficiaries that are listed in the will. And there's three different ways that a will can ultimately convey property or an interest in a property to the beneficiaries that are listed. The first manner in which the will can do that is by a specific device, meaning that a specific item or specific property is listed in the will, and if that's done, ultimately that means that that specific item or property is ultimately going to be conveyed to the beneficiary that's listed, meaning that when the actual estate is being probated, that item needs to be set aside for that individual or that entity that property is going to go to. The second way in which a property can be conveyed or an interest in a property can be conveyed is through a general device. And what ultimately that means is that a particular person or entity is supposed to receive some type of an interest or a sum of money, but it's described in the will in a general sense. So for example, the will might say, person A is to receive $75,000. And ultimately what that means is that the various assets of the estate that are not already specifically devised to different individuals or entities can then be used and liquidated so that that individual or entity that's supposed to receive that $75,000 is ultimately going to be able to receive that amount. And then the last way in which a will can be used to convey property is through what's called a residuary clause. And a residuary clause is ultimately basically saying that if any property has not already been specifically conveyed, or there's any property that's not generally going to be conveyed, meaning sums of money are not going to be conveyed to a particular individual, whatever is left over is going to be part of that residuary clause. Anything that's not specifically been already conveyed to anyone is going to be part of the residuary clause, and that's going to ultimately convey everything else to whoever it is that's listed in that residuary clause as the ultimate beneficiary or beneficiaries. So if you guys are dealing with a transaction where there's a will involved or probate might need to be done in order to actually convey the property, please reach out to us here at Lantris Title of Central Florida. We'd love to help you guys. Again, thank you for your time. See you next time.